What do you think of Indonesian football in 10 years' time?
Depend of the government. This is the truth. Is the truth because maybe I can come here with one investor. I say, okay, I will buy, Persija Jakarta. I cannot buy that today. Say, okay, I wanna build a new stadium. I want to build 5 stadium for my facilities. But against who I will play?
Hola and welcome to HRC Talk. Perkenalkan, saya Calvin, saya host kalian. Dan pada episode kali ini, kita kedatangan bintang tamu super spesial. Jauh-jauh datang dari Valencia. Perkenalkan, Mr. Vicente. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Right, Mr. Vicente, could you please tell us more a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a football businessman from Spain, but working around the world. So this is the reason that I'm here in Indonesia.
Oh, right. How often you come to Indonesia?
Maybe 12 years ago.
12 years
I started to work with PCC, so I have a good experience with Indonesian football.
Wow. I heard you made an academy back in Spain.
Yes.
Could you please?
Academy.
Could you please tell us more a bit about that academy?
Well, VSA is an academy based in Valencia, in the east of Spain, and our intention is to provide to boys from all over the world the Spanish experience for different periods. So football, but also culture, language, educational programs. So more or less that the BSA is doing with our boys.
I see. So it's like all in one.
Yes.
For the boys.
All in one. We manage house, accommodation, everything. It's like they are living 10 months. Our main programs are 10 months. So our boys live there like professional players. Wake up in the morning, breakfast, training session, Spanish lessons, lunch, games, everything.
Wow, that's very fascinating. What made you want to establish an academy in the first place?
When my father was a coach, and we fly around the world, and we feel like many people wants to know the Spanish football, the Spanish life. Then we decided to open this project because in Canada, in Indonesia, in Morocco, in Mexico, the people call us. Okay, I want to send my son. I want.
Really?
Then we start to feel like, okay, this is a good project.
It's a good project. I mean, there are lots of football fans all around the world, right?
Yeah, sure.
And
more for Spanish football. It's true that we use when Spain won the World Cup and the Euro Cup was
the hypest moment for them,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So there are many interests all over around the world.
And many people ask why, what they are doing, Yes.
Right. So, okay. I heard that you are a FIFA agent yourself.
Yes.
Could you please tell us a bit more about your job as a FIFA agent?
Well, as a FIFA agent, changed during different time. Changed the type of the work. I remember when my father was a coach in 1992. During these years, the agent was more a friend. You are my friend, and you help me because you can talk with a lawyer or you can talk with that club.
I see.
Years ago, the evolution of the agent is more like a businessman who provide to the clubs because people always thinking in the players. No, the FIFA agent provide to the clubs and the players different options. So now the name changed. They are not FIFA agents; they are intermediaries. So now you can be an agent, but now the FIFA agent transformed intermediary. And to be honest, I feel again like you can be a friend of a player. If you are a friend of a player, you can be his agent.
As long as you help the player.
Yes, you help the player, you recommend the player, you recommend the coach, you recommend the sports director. Before is club and
Agent.
player, an agent. Now you have the sport director, the father, the mother, the chauffeur. You have many people to convince about some deal. Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, which players and clubs that you have worked with before?
Well, I have a very good histories, but one of my best players was Juan Garcia Rey.
Oh.
I started to work with him with 12 or 15 years old. He played 9 years in Barcelona.
Yes.
Until we did a transfer to Liverpool, and after that he take other way, and I worked with Sergio Guardiola. I worked with Ibrahim Abalde, good players in Europe. Good players, Dani Parejo too.
Dani Parejo as well. Valencia, right?
The captain now actually
in
captain
Villarreal.
of Villarreal. Yes.
Oh, nice. How does a player get a professional contract?
Always, I try to explain my opinion. To be a professional player, you need a lot of things. A lot. Quality, physically, mentality, technically. A lot to be a lot in whatever, in different leagues in Spain. A lot. But the most important thing is the passion. The passion. If you don't want to wake up to go to the training session, if you don't want to refuse eat some bad food, if you don't want to refuse to go to the party, if you don't want,
there's a lot of sacrifice in it.
Yeah, this is not sacrifice. So if you have passion, okay, you need a lot of things more. But if you have this, but you have no passion, trust me, you will not be a professional.
It's going to be like a job, right?
Yeah.
It's going to get boring for one day.
For sure.
Yeah. So what does a club usually look in a player?
Depend on the club, depend on the of the coach, depend on the sport director. Now many details decide a player. Many details. You can see a player statistically. For example, now the EG,
and XG,
yes, likely, give you a lot of details for mathematically which is the best player. But maybe this boy he has a good life. So I think both parts, the club needs to be in condition like okay, the statistical is important, but the life of the player
is also must be important.
Yes, both because maybe you can have a good year, one good year, and the people say, no, you are better player, you are the best player, yeah, but look the other 3 years. So the clubs now they have tools to decide which player is the best
statistically.
For that position. Yeah, statistically
and
the life.
Yeah,
for sure. I think that you cannot sign a player without sharing a lunch, sharing a food, sharing a conversation. Only for numbers or highlights. Is 20 years ago. Now I feel like the clubs are more professional. All the clubs around the world professional decides better than before.
Is it more difficult to get a football professional contract now compared to back then?
Yeah, I think so because now many players around the world. You can see players from countries that you never hear, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Japan, wherever. You can find good players. In Africa you have a lot of players. They are very competitive players. So now it's more difficult to find a professional contract, for sure.
I see.
All the clubs develop. The clubs develop better players. So they are more competitive.
And there are lots of more fans now, right? And more interest about the football back compared to 20 years ago.
Exactly. More. And will be more. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the difference between Spanish football and Indonesian football. What do you think is the main difference between the Spanish football and Indonesian football?
It's not easy question for one reason, because if you ask me about the difference, I think we start to play football soon. And I think it's not a mistake for the people from Indonesia. I think it's a mistake for the structure of Indonesia.
I see.
If the government don't invest money in good facilities, the people cannot play. No football, basketball, tennis,
All sports.
all the sports. So in Spain, since many years ago, our tax, part of our tax, are going directly to
Infrastructure.
Without infrastructure, you cannot develop nothing. So this is one of the most, I think, because 12 years, remember I stay here, I was here 12 years ago. And I feel like something changed, but not a lot. I think the government must expend more budget in sports.
Infrastructure,
yeah, for sure.
Wow, okay, I see. Well, what is the similarities between Indonesian football and Spanish football?
The passion.
The passion.
The passion. I am 100%. This is one of the most similar conditions between the Indonesian players and
Spanish players.
The passion. I feel they are like the same country.
I see.
Trust me. I know a lot of Indonesian players, good players, and the similar thing is the passion. Our passion and the passion of Indonesian players are the same, completely the same. You can have more or less, but the same.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But then these players aren't supported by infrastructures and the government. That's why
I have my baby, my son. He has 6 years old. He is playing football since 3.5, 4 years old.
3.5.
Yeah, he competitive
football.
Competitive football. He play a league every weekend since September until June. With 4 years old. My question is, in Indonesia, how many players with 4 or 5 years old are playing in a league?
No.
That's the difference. But about the passion, completely similar.
Wow,
Yeah, the same. I'm sure the same.
So it's not just about the infrastructure, but also the competition, the grassroots.
The structure of the leagues. You can each province, ¿cómo se dice barrio? Province, different areas of Jakarta. They can organize small leagues. The winner can play against the other
regions.
Regions. And it makes sense. I don't know why, but makes sense. This.
And we have a lot more people than Spain, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Well, there's surely a lot of potential in Indonesian football, but then it's just not realized yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about that, what do you think of Indonesian football in 10 years' time?
Depend of the government. This is the truth. Is the truth, because maybe I can come here with one investor. I say, okay, I will buy, Persija Jakarta. I cannot buy that today. Say, okay, I wanna build a new stadium. I want to build 5 stadium for my facilities. But against who I will play?
Yeah.
Where is the league? Where is the level of the players? If I invest but the other don't invest, what happened? So we need a structure. They need a structure.
I see. Do you think that there will be an Indonesian player play in La Liga in the near future?
Indonesian football player? I'm really sure. In fact, I know some of these players in that league, and I think that one of them or two of them, they had possibilities to play in La Liga. Maybe not in the first division, but they had opportunities. But unfortunately, I feel like this passion are in the same level that the fear of the success are in the same level. So maybe a Spanish player can come here to play because the philosophy of Spanish players, okay, I need to go out, I go. But the Indonesian players, I feel like they are afraid, no? They say, okay, if I go to Spain, the level. I say, look, I saw Indonesian players in Spain playing with 16, 17, 18 years old in the same level.
And he can perform.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like it's the first. When the first player from Indonesia land in Spain and play in good level, one again,
many will surely follow.
For sure, because this is the challenge.
Right, I see. Well, do you think that you encourage Indonesian players to go outside and play football rather than in Indonesia?
If I know some of them Sorry, the question is?
The question is, do you encourage Indonesian football players to play football outside Indonesia?
For sure.
Because in Indonesia here, you said it's not supported by infrastructures and government, so they should play outside Indonesia.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. When you have not here the best tools to be a professional player, why not? You need to find outside.
Right.
Always.
Right. So for you viewers out there, come on, let's play outside, outside Indonesia. Right. So now we're approaching the last section of our podcast, and this section is the easy one. It's just a game. It's a 10-second question game. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. You're just gonna pick which one.
Okay.
Right. So are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Right. Let's go. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Jakarta or Bali?
Bali.
Paella or nasi goreng?
Paella.
Football or family?
Family.
Real Madrid or Valencia?
Real Madrid. Always.
Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola?
Jose Mourinho.
So now this is the final question. Inter Miami or Al Nassr?
Oof, Inter Miami.
Inter Miami.
Inter
Alright,
Miami.
thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vicente.
Thank you. Too.
Nice podcast.
Nice to meet you.
Right, so there is our episode for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe in our channel, HRC Football Academy. And this is our podcast for today. I'm Calvin. Nice to meet you. Vamos HRC!